Hello and good evening. My name is Tim Strite, and it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you one of this year's recipients of the Boy Scouts Men of Character Awards, Charlie Cochrane. I could spend some time talking about Charlie's educational and business background and accomplishments, his bachelor's degree and MBA in finance and accounting from USC, his professional career with Price Waterhouse and Procter & Gamble, as well as starting his own business, which he eventually sold. But tonight we're here to talk about and honor the heart and soul of Charlie Cochrane. After all, that is what truly defines the character of a man. So let me start with Charlie the family man. Charlie and his incredible wife Jenny have been married for 30 years. During that time they adopted and raised two amazing children, Casey and Mackenzie, whom they educated at Sarah Catholic Elementary School and Santa Margarita Catholic High School. They have both graduated from college and are embarking on their own professional careers. But to truly understand Charlie, one must dig deeper to understand both his heart and his soul. And like myself, Charlie is a convert to Catholicism, and he has converted his faith into deeds and actions to help others. Over the years, Charlie has proactively and modestly assisted great causes like Mary's Shelter in Tustin, a home for young pregnant women who lack family support systems in their choice to lovingly bring new life into this world. Most recently, Charlie has worked to bring life to an idea that he has nurtured for many years, which was to bring together a group of like-minded individuals who are willing to contribute not just financial resources, but more importantly, personal, professional, and human resources to help people in the local community who are in need yet otherwise are not receiving the assistance they so desperately need. And most importantly, this was to be done in an under-the-radar, anonymous fashion in order to focus solely on the needs of others, while purposely not drawing attention to those of us who are reaching out to help. The group is called I'm In, and it got its name because every person that Charlie talked to about being involved instinctively reacted by saying, I'm in. And so far this group has helped troubled youths find jobs, provide cribs, strollers, high chairs, and other necessities to young, unwed, expectant mothers, provide financial planning assistance to families in need, even providing financial assistance for developmentally disabled kids to attend their high school prom. And most importantly, all of this being done anonymously with all focus on the needs of the individuals rather than those who are willing to provide assistance where it is truly needed. True to form, initially Charlie resisted the recognition he is receiving here tonight. After all, it is about helping others and not being recognized in the process. Yet after his wife Jenny convinced him that by receiving this award and telling his story, he might help inspire others to similar acts of selfless service to others, and he finally folded and said, okay, I'm in. So congratulations, Charlie, on receiving this well-deserved award and for inspiring those around you to look for opportunities to step up and help others in need in the community. All the while giving credit to God and those along the way who help you fulfill your vision. Congratulations.
First of all, thank you, Tim. You just took my whole speech. So I had a 30-minute, and then Sally sent, you get 3, so we'll kind of work in between. But first of all, I'm going to make a prediction. Ralph has been doing this for 17 years. I predict someday he might become a man of character. Thank you, Ralph. I also want to thank 50 of my very, very close friends that came. It meant so much to me that you guys made it here. I've had 15 minutes to say hello, so that was kind of about it, but I wish I could spend an hour with each of you, and I will later on, so thank you for attending. And you're probably wondering, what am I doing here? Well, part of it I think might be my dad was an Eagle Scout. I became an Eagle Scout. My son became an Eagle Scout. Now, I have 2 kids in their 20s, and they're not married. If I'm lucky enough to have a grandson, I'm not going to look at anybody. I predict there's going to be a little bit of pressure. Well, okay, there's going to be a little more pressure, but I'm going to end it with that, not with my speech. I became Catholic. It's funny, this is going to run in circles with a lot of us, but I became Catholic early in the 90s, and something I found out about was Lent and the 40 days before and giving something up. Well, The first year I gave up red meat, with all the in and outs on every corner, I want to tell you that was a struggle. The second year I decided I'm not going to do it for the whole week, but I'll do like 5 days, and my wife will attest. I gave up red wine. I started making bargains with myself. Well, Tuesday night I can have red wine, but I will give up Friday night. Well, I ran out of weekends by the end of the 40 days, but then I got smart. I gave up liver, which I hate, 1 year. I knew it was the end when 1 year I gave up smoking, and I've never smoked in my life. At that point, I decided instead of giving something up, I need to do something. And I was talking in front of a men's group, and I said, I want to do something for Lent. And right when it was over, these two guys came up and said, okay, tomorrow morning at 6:30, you're coming with us. We're going to paint a women's shelter. And I'm going, okay. I said I would, so I will. So I went. Well, these guys were really short. They needed a taller guy. They had no ladder, and I had to paint the ceilings. While wiping paint off my hair, my nose, my face, I went out to this women's shelter and I was looking around, and they had 2 big houses. They had a huge double lot, and I'm looking out in the backyard, and they were growing weeds. They were doing a really good job of growing weeds, but they were growing weeds. There, I saw like a little planter box on the side, but it was a mess. And I remember talking to the person that was in charge, and she had people that helped before, and they had 17 raised planter boxes. It was a life skill that they gave to the people that lived there, and it cut down on their food bills, but it had been many years. And I remember driving home going, okay, I'm not a painter. I'm not going to do roofs, but maybe this is something that I can do. And within 2 weeks, I got about 14 people to come and to change their backyard. And it's funny, there's some people in the audience now that actually came 6 years ago when we started this. Throw it for 6 years. We just did it 2 weeks ago. A good friend of mine, Craig Campbell, ex-fireman, had brought all his fire buddies. They chopped down trees. We put pea gravel. The women there told us what they wanted planted. We put avocado trees. It has just really been a neat thing. One time I was doing it, Damian Gallagher's here. Well, his brother Clay started with me that first year. He's done it every year. And he and I went back a month later, and we're kind of just pulling weeds and just talking and having a good old time. And I had mentioned an idea I had. It pretty much, the Good Samaritan, the gospel, that to me is the Bible. That to me in many ways is religion. And I mentioned to him that I had an idea to grab a couple of guys, throw some money in a pot, and make a difference in people's lives. And I just kind of left it at that. And Clay looked at me and he goes, I'm in. I love it. I'm in. And I'm going, you're in. What? What are you talking about? And he sat there and he goes, I really like the idea. Over the next month or two, I explained this idea to 5 or 6 friends. Every one of them said, I am in. I mentioned it to Tim, who you saw, the good-looking gentleman that took my speech the whole time. But anyway, I mentioned to him, and he goes, I'm not only in, I got 2 buddies that'll be in. Well, from that 3 years ago, we started it. We all threw money in a pot. It's not life-changing money. It's life-starting money. We know lawyers. We know doctors, dentists, financial planners over here. We know CPAs. We're there to make a difference in people's lives. And Tim alluded to some of the things we've been doing. We've done 17 projects so far, and with many more to come. So I feel really blessed as far as to be with this group. The I'm In guys that are here, could you guys stand up, please, just for a second? Okay, well, I just want to say thank you so much. I'm being honored here. You guys are being recognized, and you guys are my heroes. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. So, and kind of wrapping it up, Tim alluded to, I wasn't going to do this. I mean, who wants to stand up here and be recognized? Guys don't, I can guarantee you. Ralph asked me one time, and I said, no, I have no desire. He asked me a second time, and I said, Ralph, Same answer. I really don't want to do it. And he asked me a third time. And all of you that know Ralph, I am the first person in the world that's ever told him no 3 times. You'll have a book next year that'll be on the table that I told Ralph no. But anyway, my wife it's running in circles 30 years, Jenny, my love of my life, she said, you should rethink this. That, I'll give you 2 reasons. And her reasons were, number 1, there might be some adults in this audience that are going to go, man, if that guy could do something, I can certainly do something. And you're right. So if any of you want to know a little bit more about it, Ralph has my contact information. I'd be more than blessed to kind of give you the structure of how we put it together, once again, just to help people. But the second thing is there are some young adults in here, and I'm looking at you right there. Anyway, there's some young adults here, and believe it or not, I was your age a long time ago. Right now, you're thinking about the geometry homework you have to get done tomorrow. Maybe not that. You're thinking about, I just had dinner an hour ago, and I'm hungry again. That's probably closer to home, but my lesson to you is you're hearing something tonight, and it might be not something that you're going to act on now, but put it back in your brain and your memory. And maybe in 10 or 20 or 30 years, all of a sudden you go, I remember that guy talking, and I want to do something. I have an idea. All I say is grab your friends, come up with an idea, and just do it. So thank you very much.